There's been reports of a fire at a residential building in Israel, and we have police body cam as this officer heads to help. You can hear sirens and you can see people are directing him down this alleyway. He heads inside, up the stairs, and he starts trying to clear the building. Ooh, pretty dramatic moment right there. He kicks the door, and it seems to be a few moments later, firefighters have responded to the scene as well. And this is where the officer starts heading through the apartment, trying to find if anyone's still there. It's smoky, he's got his flashlight directed around, and he walks into this room. Oh my gosh. Yeah, finds a 10-year-old boy who was alone in the apartment. Looks like he was just playing on his phone, had no idea what was going on.
Some people are taking this whole social distancing thing seriously and some aren't. The people who I wish would just stay home are these guys. To Sydney, Australia, where this guy gets way too close to that clerk behind the counter and she fights right back.
Does she have a knife?
Yep. She's got a kitchen knife that she chases this would-be thief right back out of the store with. That's her family's store, and she wasn't about to let this guy get away with anything. Several armed men walk into this convenience store right behind the counter, and these guys mean business. They're all armed, some with large knives. You can see the guy up in the top left corner has a handgun, and they're going in for the money.
That guy on the floor is what really gets me.
He's got plastic bags over his shoes as well.
These guys were very prolific robbers because according to police, there were 11 members in this gang, and they say they were responsible for 30 different robberies. Here's just another piece of video, but look, this guy's got a submachine gun marching through this place. Here's another incident from another convenience store. However, I do have some good news. Police caught up with a bunch of these guys. Police say some of these guys were already serving jail time and they committed a few of these robberies while they were out of jail on leave.
There is definitely a time to be super lazy, you know? Lay down, take a nap. Definitely okay under some circumstances. This is not one of them.
Oh my. No.
What you are seeing is a couple of guys in Brazil.
What in the is the only thing that comes to mind when I watch this video. We're in China and the flow of traffic is well flowing.
Watch out.
Oh. Yep, just like some toothpicks lined up. You see that he goes driving into that middle barrier. But dude is lucky to still have his life. You see that he immediately gets out and is like, wait a minute, what?
Oh, that's just like a fence. I thought it was maybe more like a guardrail of sorts to protect people, but that doesn't look very safe at all.
Dude, that's so dumb.
Wow, look at that!
Yes.
Oh, dude, he's so lucky it was a left-hand drive car.
I think it's safe to say there were a whole lot of guardian angels camped around this street in Brazil. Now what you see is a woman walking down the street and you see some cars coming across that bridge, but you'll never guess where danger's coming from.
Wow! Oh, she went too! The person that was walking looked like she fell too.
That thing just opened up on her.
It seems like the truck was the last straw, Ollie.
Wow!
I can't believe it actually made it across.
And then there's something else.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! You see that maneuver? He's like, I'll take the ground over that hole, that's for sure. My goodness, that was legit.
Civil engineers shut that place down. Now, there had been heavy rains in the area. I think they played a part because that bridge goes over a stream. There were no major injuries.
You're out driving your car and you see a red light, what do?
Safely.
You're out driving your car and you see a stop sign, what do?
Safely come to a stop.
If you're out in your car and there's a barrier across the road, what do?
Hit the gas and smash right through it.
Right from the beginning. Yeah, we see on this highway in China as this van, this little minibus, just loses control, hits the barrier, and ends up on its side. But it gets so much worse.
Oh, flames.
Quickly.
Very, very quickly, we see the car become engulfed in this massive massive amount of flame, all coming from underneath the car. I honestly don't think they have any idea this is happening until right around here.
They're probably just so disoriented from the original impact.
But this is where another driver, a truck driver, who saw what was happening, he runs over to help. He's the superhero kicking in the windscreen. Not long after that, we see as first, it looks like the driver pushes his way out. And then 2 other passengers who look back and realize what they're running from.
Good grief.
Everybody's out?
That's the 3 people who were inside the vehicle just in the nick of time.
There's no word on how this poor pooch ended up out in the middle of rough water off the coast of Chile. But fortunately, the Chilean Navy got a call. They spot the poor dog. No word on how long it's been out there, how it ended up out there in the first place.
Did you notice at the beginning of the video that you could see birds kind of circling over where the dog ended up being found? I wonder if that's how they were guided to it.
The good news is they got there. Now there is a bit of a tense moment when the dog starts swimming toward the engine. They immediately turn it off though, just to prevent any injury to the dog.
There's so much going on here. You just see how choppy the water is. You mentioned the birds, the dog just out there, and they just make it look easy.
The dog is so grateful. They immediately fall in love with the dog.
Squeezed his way in, and when he was trying to exit, he could not squeeze his way out of it, and so he decided to just nap it out till morning. And of course, found him, called the police, and he was arrested.
Oh, that's embarrassing, right?
The sleepy bandit. I'm just gonna have to sleep.
Just gonna go to sleep.
That's a problem for tomorrow, me.
We've got an intruder.
That thing, I wouldn't be anywhere near it either.
Right.
Well, you see again as this SUV just kind of catches that ramp, launches it into the air. On the other side, it noses down, starts completely rolling over. It's a monster crash. Right at the beginning of the video, you can see as the suspect is being led away in handcuffs. And later on in the video, you do see some of the broken vehicle. Apparently, the driver was arrested on suspicion of leaving the scene of an accident.
You guys just look a little too relaxed. Allow me to turn the screws a little bit. Make this moment a little bit more tense. Let's start off with a little driving in California. This woman is driving along at a decent clip and traffic is moving smoothly. Great.
Highway in California, I'm already nervous. People drive like crazy on those things.
Yeah, well, so far no crazy driving, Ollie. Wait a minute. There it is. That traffic that you can set your watch by. Now this is where I think you're gonna feel a little tension. The traffic on both sides continues to whiz by, but for whatever reason, the lane you're in is stopped and you become a sitting duck.
Traffic, what a surprise.
This happens.
Oh, wow! Crash! Crikey!
All you need is just one person who's not paying attention. Bam!
And apparently at least one of those was a pretty expensive Porsche.
Yeah, I thought so. It's that SUV. I thought that looked like a nice Porsche SUV.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, Nick, but 2 of those cars were apparently total write-offs, which is a real bummer. And all because someone who's not supposed to be driving decided to drive. As these guys decides to run their red light, which obviously does not really work. Ooh. And now we've got 2 vehicles that have been hit, in addition to the one that caused the accident.
You'd never believe it. How could you describe it if it wasn't captured on camera? Down to New South Wales, Australia, where this family is simply hanging out in their front yard. When suddenly,
Someone's handbrake gave out. Oh! Oh!
it hit a bunch of stuff. Take a look at the aftermath pictures here.
Dude!
Yep, through the gate, down the hill, through another fence it looks like, and smashing into a bunch of trees.
Oh, that's a nasty crunch though.
How fortunate though that nobody was hit.
That pretty cool individual you see sitting right there on his motorbike is Mohammed Salih. He's cool as a cucumber, just chilling out, sitting there watching the world go by. But little does he know that the forces of fate have their eyes fixed firmly upon him.
Oh my gosh, he just got bumped. That was it.
Yes, it is quite astounding to watch. Watch it all go down again.
It's terrifying. This is on the Zambezi River in Zambia, and these tourists rented a boat because they wanted to go see some hippos. They could be up to 3,300 pounds. And this one doesn't like the boat.
Oh!
They are so quick in the water and people don't have any idea. What the heck?
It doesn't make sense that these giant animals can move that fast in the water.
They're big, strong, fast, and furious.
Apparently there's some sort of performance shop down the street, and the person who posted this video said that that car pulled out of the performance shop, backed out, and then just dropped the clutch, let the wheels spin, and smoke up the neighborhood, all to crash into this guy's car.
So go back to the shop then, shall we? Fix that up again?
The guy still had the gall to do another burnout as he took off and left. Hit and run, folks.